And as that probe continues into the blast, and as fresh details continue to emerge with arrests and new links being established, one name now in the spotlight is that of Dr. Shaheen, a practicing doctor from Lucknow who has been accused of playing a key role in establishing the women's recruitment wing of the Pakistan-based terror outfit Jaish-e-Mohammed in India. Her arrest has sent shock waves through the community and disbelief through her own family. Her former husband, in fact, told investigators and the media that he was stunned to learn of the arrest. He said that both of them were divorced back in 2012. According to him, she had cut ties with him and her children, and she did not make any effort to keep in contact with them. He says she never reached out to her family and that he had no idea of what she had been doing in recent years. Her arrest is just one in a widening investigation that has seen a series of raids and arrests across several states. So far, at least 15 people have been arrested or detained in connection with the case and a linked terror module, which includes doctors, overground workers, family members of key suspects. In fact, investigators say the prime suspect, Dr. Omar Nabi, who has now been confirmed dead after DNA tests matched remains from the blast site with samples from his mother. Omar was believed to be driving the Hyundai i20 that exploded near Red Fort, killing 9 people and injuring a dozen more. The investigation has since uncovered another crucial lead, a red Ford EcoSport registered in Dr. Omar's name. It was found abandoned outside a house in Faridabad. Police believe that the car may have been used for reconnaissance before the explosion. The vehicle was examined by a National Security Guard bomb disposal unit, and nearby homes were evacuated as a precaution. The emerging picture is of a network that was educated, organized, and deeply embedded, using medical and academic circles as a cover for alleged terror operations. As investigators trace each link from Faridabad to Lucknow and beyond, Dr. Shaheen stands out. A doctor, a mother, and now a key suspect in one of India's most alarming terror plots in recent memory. India is on edge following that deadly blast that rocked New Delhi on Monday evening, a car explosion near the historic Red Fort in Delhi. The government now officially calls it a terror incident carried out by anti-national forces. The investigation is underway, and so is a massive anti-terror crackdown that had started before the blast took place. Security agencies saying the nature of the blast is still not entirely clear. Who did it? What exactly happened? Those questions remain open. But one thing is clear. The incident is being treated as a terrorism case, and in continuation of a wider crackdown on the terror network, one such module has now been unearthed. A crackdown involving 10 locations, 5 states, and 1 terror network. On Wednesday, India's National Investigation Agency, NIA, launched a fresh round of searches across 5 Indian states as part of its ongoing investigation into an Al-Qaeda-linked terror network operating out of Gujarat. As per the official statement released by the NIA, the case involves illegal Bangladeshi immigrants who entered India using forged identity papers and were working to fund and promote the banned outfit's activities. On Wednesday, teams from the NIA raided 10 locations in West Bengal, Tripura, Meghalaya, Haryana and Gujarat. Officials say that several digital devices, identity documents and other materials were seized during the operation and have been sent for forensic examination. It's important to note that the case was originally registered by the Counter-Terrorism Agency in June 2023. Names 4 Bangladeshi nationals. Now, these are the names. In fact, investigators allege that the men crossed into India illegally and became active supporters of Al-Qaeda. NIA saying that the accused were involved in collecting and transferring funds to operatives of the group based in Bangladesh. And they were also suspected of trying to recruit and influence young Muslims within India to join extremist activities. In fact, they were found to be connected with the Al-Qaeda terrorist organization. The men were involved in collection and transfer of funds to Al-Qaeda operatives in Bangladesh, is what is being said, and were also found to be actively motivating the youth. In fact, the revelations are all part of the NIA statement. NIA had registered the case under various sections, including the Strict Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. The NIA had filed a charge sheet against 5 people in November 2023 before a special court in Ahmedabad, and investigations have continued in the case as part of the NIA's efforts to uncover the extent of the terror network's presence, linkages, and financial channels operating within India and across the border. In fact, to be clear, no official link has yet been established between this module and the Delhi blast. Investigators stressing that the days ahead will bring clarity, but the timing of this crackdown and the nature of the offences raising serious alarm, and the coming days will reveal more. For over 300 years, the sacred laddu offering of the temple, Tirupati temple, has been a symbol of purity, devotion. For the devotees, it's not just a sweet, it's an offering of faith. It holds a lot of meaning. But that faith has now been shaken by what the investigators are calling one of India's biggest religious food frauds. A Supreme Court appointed special investigation team has uncovered that fake adulterated ghee worth 250 crore rupees was supplied to the temple between 2019 and 2024, corrupting the holy kitchen of India's richest temple. According to the SIT report, the adulteration was masterminded by one Bhole Baba Organic Dairy Milk Private Limited, based in Uttarakhand, and its proxy companies. Their so-called factory in Bhagwanpur, near Roorkee, allegedly added palm oil and even industrial chemicals mixed with a small amount of real ghee to pass the basic tests. Between 2019 and 2024, the Temple Trust purchased nearly 6.8 million kilograms of this adulterated ghee. Its value, 250.8 crore rupees to be precise. The ghee was used in that laddu offered to millions of devotees who believed, of course, that it was pure. The SIT says the fraud continued even after Bhole Baba was blacklisted in the year 2022. The company's promoters, Pomil Jain and Vipin Jain, allegedly floated proxy firms to keep winning supply tenders. Rejected consignments were quietly rerouted, relabeled and resupplied through these front companies. When the Food Safety Authority later inspected one plant in Tamil Nadu, tankers that were meant to return for retesting were instead diverted to a stone-crushing yard, where they were reprocessed before being sent back to the temple. The SIT has already made key arrests, including Ajay Kumar, who supplied industrial chemicals used to thicken and perfume the fake ghee. Investigators say Bhole Baba Dairy never procured a single drop of milk or butter, and yet supplied 68 lakh kilograms of so-called ghee worth 250 crores. The SIT calling it a fully fake factory, a shell operation that churned out industrial oil and chemicals, not pure desi ghee. And if you thought that's all, it gets worse. The money trail revealing more. A 50 lakh rupees Hawala transaction has reportedly been traced to K. Chinnapanna, the aide to former TTD chairman Y.V. Subbareddy, accused of taking kickbacks to approve contracts. Both Chinnapanna and several company directors are now under arrest. The SIT has also questioned former temple executive officer A.V. Dharmareddy for alleged lapses in quality control. Reports saying that he was questioned for over 9 hours over how a blacklisted dairy supplier continued to supply adulterated ghee through proxy companies. Reddy was reportedly interrogated on who verified the quality of the ghee, why were red flags ignored, and how exactly did fake firms bypass every layer of scrutiny. Despite early warnings, including a 2022 CFTRI lab report confirming adulteration, supplies of fake ghee continued until 2024. Officials allegedly ignored red flags and allowed the product into the sacred kitchen, where 300,000 laddus are prepared every day for the devotees. And with the uncovering of this massive food fraud, of the industrial oils, of forged tenders and political complicity, today the faith of the devotees has been betrayed. And how? The SIT calls it a deliberate assault on the belief of millions. The investigation continues and more arrests are likely.
To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.